We all know social media is important, and we know it's important for our loan officers. We also know it's important for our real estate agents that we work with. But most loan officers tend to focus their social media presence on directly consumers to try to get attention from them. But that's not the best way to do it.
No.
The best way is to work with those referral agents, because here's a hot take that might not be very popular. Not a lot of people care about mortgages.
No, they don't. They're not very fun. They're not. There's nothing really appealing about it. So people aren't wake up in the morning and be like, you know what, guys, today we're gonna just focus on mortgage. It doesn't happen.
Not happening. But what people do care about are homes.
Yes.
Aspirational. That's why Redfin, Zillow are some of the top websites in the country,
Yeah.
right? Or on the entire internet.
Yeah.
So I'm here today with Jelaire Grillo. We're at the Independent Mortgage Banker Show in sunny Coronado, California, just outside
Beautiful.
of San Diego. Working a lot with and seeing a lot of industry leaders in the mortgage industry. And the topic of social media has come up quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I know even later today, there's going to be a great session with Kevin Peranio and Garth Graham, all about generating new business. And I was talking with them last night, and they were talking all about how social media is actually a pretty large part of most lenders' ideas of how they're going to generate more business, especially in this kind of wild market.
Yeah.
So Jelaire, PHM has a pretty cool setup.
We do.
You guys have a really tight relationship with a real estate brokerage. So maybe you could just share a little bit about how that works and what you guys are doing there to help generate new business.
Yeah, so PHM is a Berkshire Hathaway owned company. So we're unique in that we have real estate partners built into our business. And so it's really important that we are providing value add to them every step of the way. So we do a lot of that through social media. So whether that is bringing attention to the listings that they have out on the market, right? People are naturally curious about homes. You just mentioned that, right? And so giving more exposure to those listings, and then but doing it together, right? Building that brand awareness together, but also just empowering them to embrace social media a little bit more, because you know, I know it's 2023, but people still shy away from it so much. And so what we're trying to do is empower them to own their social media presence in a way that's going to be beneficial not only to their business, but to their audience.
Yeah. So you guys are coming at this from a really unique perspective then. You're actually helping to educate and help your real estate partners that you have a relationship with. Now, it doesn't guarantee you that they're going to send you all their loans, right?
No.
But the more that you can help them and tank, I don't know what the right word is, but like, get them in your grasp, the better, right? So you're going at this from a very proactive standpoint of like, all right, let's help our real estate broker partners, whether they give us all their business or not, or maybe they don't give us any of their business, but we want to earn their business. So it's very common, like everybody wants to do that, right? They want to get more business from the real estate agents. So PHM's process and really under your purview is let's educate and help these real estate partners grow their business through social media and teach them the tactics and give them content and help them a lot so they will give you more business as a thanks.
Right. Yeah, and it's a partnership too, right? Yeah. Like we want to see them succeed.
Of course.
And so what we'll do is we have a department within our group that focuses solely on digital marketing and social media. And so that group has really come together to help build up a program to go out to all of our real estate brands and say, this is how you can leverage social media. This is how you can do it. But also this is how we can do it together. Because sometimes it's the thought of doing it alone that scares people, right? And so to know that you have a trusted partner that's going to be there with you every step of the way, I think that kind of helps give them a little bit more confidence to embrace something that they're just not super comfortable with yet.
Yeah, I think you bring up a really salient point, and that's that people are just afraid to get started.
Yes,
right?
100%.
I mean, that is and that's most people, loan officers, real estate agents, SaaS salesmen, right? It doesn't matter who it is. Yes. We all know we need to be on social media to help grow our business, but we don't know where to begin. We don't know what to say. We don't know where to post it, when to do any of those things. So there's we don't start because we just don't know what to do.
Right. And so we're just trying to open that up a little bit more and say it's not as scary as as you think it is, right? There are things we can do, and if you're not ready to take that jump, then let's take the jump together, right? And that really does help. Listen, is everybody going to adopt it? Is everybody going to turn around after a meeting and say, yes, I want to do social media? Probably not. But if you're sitting in front of a group of 10 people and you're saying, let's do this together, let me help you get there. This is what we know. This is what we see works. You're going to get 5, 6, 7 people that say, okay, I'm going to give it a try, right? Yeah. And so that's it. At the end of the day, that's it.
Well, there's a domino effect from that too, right?
Yes.
If 3 brokers in that office are having success with social, or even just start, and then people are saying, oh, if Jelaire can do it, I can do it, right?
Yes.
And, oh, that guy sucks at social, I can do that. I can do it better, right? Maybe that's not how they're doing it, but, that's interesting. So I'd love to hear just like a couple tactics that you guys have taken to help real estate agents or brokers figure out how to get started. Like, what are some of the things that help them get off the fence and really get going? You mentioned you're doing it together. So, like, what do you do together, and how do you get them started?
So I think the easiest place to start with your real estate partners is their listings, right? Like, that's the easiest place to start. It's what they're familiar with. It's what they know. They're selling something and they're confident about that, but let's move it into a digital space. So we try to help create a suite of different graphics or websites that we can post onto their social media platforms. We tag them, we tag their brokerage. We're doing it in a way that really brings everybody together, and that's really important. And that, even though it seems like it's small, it actually makes a really big difference, because they go online and they see their name, right, in that social post, right? Or we'll put together a graphic that says congratulations on the sale of this home, and we'll put their picture on it, right, and their contact information,
which is amazing,
right? So bringing that brand awareness back to them just shows that there is a value add in there. From there, you can start to get a little bit more into, oh, well, we're having an event together, right? Let's take some pictures, and I'm going to post them and you're going to post them. And we're going to, and we don't want them to think that they're in this alone.
Right.
And then the more confident they get, the more you start to see other things pop up on social media, and you're like, oh, well, we didn't really foster that or teach that, but we're so excited that they're embracing it. So I think if you start somewhere where they're already comfortable, and now you're just kind of edging out a little bit more, right? I think that's it right there.
That's incredible. Well, you said a couple things in there that I think are really important. First of all, it's like the hashtag do it for me.
Yes.
Right? They like
yes.
And that works for pretty much everybody, right?
Everybody,
your originators and your real estate partners, right? Like, do something for them that they're not going to do for themselves. And then the second thing is just getting content out there for them, whether or not they're posting it. You're posting something for them, and then you're tagging it. That's incredible.
Yes.
The second thing is that just very thing is when you create content together. So, like, for example, this video, I'm going to tag Jelaire in this.
Yes.
Right? And what's awesome is we have different audiences. We have different followers. We have different communities that we've built over time on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. And the beautiful thing about creating content together like this, it doesn't have to be an interview or anything like that. It can just be a listing presentation or photo, right? But when I tag you, your followers are going to see this video, and they're going to see me. And when I post this video and tag you, my followers are going to see you. So then together, all of our communities are joining together, and they're going to see, it's going to get more visibility for both of us.
That is, and that's really big for us anyways at PHM, right? Because of that unique relationship that we have with our real estate partners, we're looking for brand unity. We're looking for brand awareness, but we're trying to do it together. It's really, really important that our real estate partners know that we're in this with them every step of the way, from social media to the email campaigns to the open house marketing. Like, we want to be there every step of the way with them. And so being able to bring that brand awareness to more eyes is important.
That's awesome. And I love that the fact, doing it together creates that bond, right? And, and one of the most important things, and being a former loan officer myself, like, I can't tell you the number of times, and it's been almost 18 or 19 years since I've originated, so it's been a very long time. But the number of times when a realtor would say, "Oh, Joe, I forgot that you did loans," and it's like, "Oh, dude, I just gave a referral to somebody else." You're like, "Oh, that's horrible."
Dang it.
But if you're out there creating content with those agents and you're helping them, you're giving them really prominence and value without a RESPA value, but actually value. And let's talk about that in a minute. But you're creating value together, and you're helping one another. They are going to remember you. And other agents, other loan officers are not doing that.
Right.
So you're doing the thing that they are not doing, and that's how you're going to win all their deals.
100%. And you're getting consistency out of it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's it right there. Right. People are going to remember, oh, this person's a loan officer. Oh, this person's a real estate agent. It's not just that brand awareness, is consistency. And honestly, I think consistency is probably the most valuable thing you can have in a business.
Absolutely.
In business. So,
yeah, consistency, visibility, and engagement, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. If you can do this consistently with those partners as well, I mean, what does that do? I mean, you're consistently not just showing up in their social feed, you're consistently engaging with them, creating something of value together.
Yes.
I mean, there's no better way to win more deals than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, you guys continue to stay top of mind for each other.
Top of mind, that's it. Now, what about RESPA?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that. Like, we're, from a compliance perspective, obviously we walk a little tight, line here.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about social media is it's free.
Yes.
And so, I mean, what have you guys thought about, compliance and providing value to your real estate brokers and everything like that?
Yeah, so because of our relationship with our real estate partners, we have really close relationships with the brokerages, obviously, the marketing departments within those brokerages. We make it a point to meet with them monthly, right? We've got branding guidelines. Everybody follows those. We've got a very easy to use approval process. And so what we're seeing is that when we give out that first helping hand that says, okay, we're in this together, what we see turn back around with our brokerages and the marketing heads that sit at these brokerages is they're like, well, we also want to create content too and bring you into it, right? And so what we're finding is we've just kind of created this little community where we get together, we meet, we talk, everybody's on the same page, and it's pretty rare. Listen, there's a lot of pieces that are being made. There's a lot of stuff out there, and things might slip through the cracks, but I think we've done a pretty good job of making sure that everybody's on the same page and we're really working at the same goal here.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to see how it starts maybe with that real estate agent level, but it starts to move up to the broker, and then it moves up to the marketing departments, and then so now everybody's involved.
Everyone's seeing it.
Yep. And so it becomes a shared project.
Yeah.
Which is really important.
Yeah. And then I guess, again, because of the free nature of social media, I mean, doing a video like this and posting it to Facebook or whatever, there's no value, there's no cost.
No.
Unless you're actually, make sure you're not like posting ads and running those ads.
Right,
and, there is a line there, but I think, obviously consult with your own compliance team to make sure what you're doing is correct, but it sounds like you guys have it figured out pretty well.
Yeah, and there are topics we stay away from, right?
What are some of those topics you guys stay away from?
We're not quoting interest rates, right? Those are changing on a regular basis, so we're not sitting there and quoting it because then we put it online and it sits there forever. So trying to stay away from those hot topics. We redline those. But what we try to do is make sure that everybody knows they have options for the content they can talk about, because there are lots of things you could talk about that aren't in that red space. So, I think by large in part we keep it pretty clean and everybody keeps the topics exactly where they need to be. But when you say it's free, I think that's probably the most important thing you could say. Like, you say it louder for the people in the back. Like, it is free, right? And so it's free and you're doing it with somebody, therefore you're doubling the eyes on that, right? And so again, it's free. Like, I don't
I mean, and those are two, completely different topics, right? It's like there's the RESPA free part, but then, the word, I was laughing because the word free is it could be a trigger term, right?
It could.
And you got to be very careful.
That's a red word. Don't use that one.
It's a yellow word, right? I can say, come get free ice cream, but maybe not you have a free appraisal or a free loan.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Like that, right?
Exactly, yep.
And that's selfishly, that's where Social Coach comes in, right? We have proactive compliance filtering to help them block those words and phrases from ever being said. But that's not the point of this. All right, so what are some topics that you've seen when you've created content with these real estate brokers or agents? Like, what content has been working versus content that hasn't been working? Do you have any sense for, like, what's a really great, like, topics to be chatting about?
I don't know if it's really necessarily topics or how you choose to talk about the topics, right? So I think any topic can be interesting if you're a subject matter expert in that topic.
Yeah.
But what I find interesting is what seems to play the best on social media is exactly what we're doing right now.
Yep.
Right? These are conversational videos, and so we're seeing more and more of our loan officers sit down with their real estate agents and have conversations on video about something, anything, any topic, and then posting them on social media, and those are having the best results because they're cross-posting them, right? And so it's getting double the eyes, and it's just, you see a lot more engagement there. Now, static posts are fine. I'm a big proponent of video.
I love them.
So I think that video is the way to go all the time. I know that's not everybody's jam, though. I get that. So if you're looking for what's working as far as static content is concerned, it's just short, sweet, educational points.
Educational points.
Right.
I think what also some of the stuff that we see that works really well, like I said, the video content like this is awesome, and with your real estate partners in your town.
Yes.
Right. Talking about your favorite taco joint, or your favorite ice cream place, or your
Yes.
favorite dog park, whatever. But even if it's just sitting and talking about the home loan process with your real estate agent, that works. And it doesn't. And again, it seems kind of silly. It doesn't necessarily matter if anybody sees it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're doing this with your real estate partner is what's going to make sure that relationship stays strong, right?
100%.
Because they feel like they're bringing more value. You feel like you're bringing value, and you're educating people. And here's the funny thing is that most people will not respond to or engage with educational content, but that doesn't mean that they don't see it or they don't remember it, right? And
that's actually, so when you say that, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, that's great.
When you say that, it's, for me, it triggers something, because I don't know about you, I'm sure you hear this all the time, but I hear, well, I did it and nobody commented on it, or I did it and nobody liked it, and I'm like, but people watched it, right? People see it. Yep. They know. And so, like, I have a loan officer that said, does a video every Tuesday. Doesn't matter. Rain, shine, doesn't matter. He's always doing a video every Tuesday. It's literally a minute long. It's his tip of the week for whatever, right? And he goes, you know what, Jelaire, maybe I should take it down to like once a month.
No.
And I was like, why would you do that? And he goes, well, I don't know. Nobody's answered. Nobody's commenting on it. And I'm like, I bet you if you take it down, somebody is going to say, oh, where's that video that John posts every Tuesday?
That's right.
It's going to happen, okay?
Yeah.
So I mean, so when you said that, I was like, yeah, because you get it all the time. You hear that all the time.
You do. And you know what? The other thing that I hear all the time is, oh my gosh, Joe, I see your videos every single week.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, you've literally never liked, commented, or told me this before, but now, like 6 months down the road, you're asking me to do business with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that means it's working.
Yeah.
Right. And so don't look at the vanity metrics as a guide to the success of your social media posting.
Yes.
Look to the results. Are your realtors calling you? Are your consumers is anybody telling you that they're seeing you?
Yeah.
If they are, it's not going to happen. They're not going to fill out a form.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to leave a comment, not going to share it, but they're going to tell you in person, or they're going to send you an email, they're going to shoot you a text at some point in the future. And it's all about that, like you said earlier, that consistency of posting. Years ago, it used to be the old adage in advertising was a consumer or a realtor or anybody had to see your message at least 7 times before they even recognize that you're there.
Yes.
In today's crowded social media world, that number is at least triple now.
Yes.
So it's like 20 plus times that people need to see your post or hear about you or anything from any source before they pick up the phone and call you.
Yes.
And think about that really quick. If it's 21 times, and maybe I'm a consumer that doesn't always see your posts,
right?
It might be 6 months to a year before I actually even think about you.
Yes.
Right? And so if that loan officer does quit, it only goes to once a month. Now I'm only posting 12 times a month versus 52 times a year, right?
Yes.
Or 12 times a year or 52 times a year, right? So the difference in there is staggering when you stack it up over time.
Yes.
And the number of consumers that you can actually hit.
Yeah.
So it's that consistency is I always say is the number one thing in your social media sales strategy.
Yes.
Consistency of posting. Number 2 is engagement, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about engagement a little bit, because I think everybody within the earshot of this should be spending at least 15-20 minutes a day on social media engaging. With target people that you want to do business with.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I comment on all your stuff. Okay. No, I do it because we're buddies.
Yeah.
But no. But seriously, like if so, something to educate the law officers, and I know you do this, is like, okay, spend that time every day. Think of it as a sales tactic, a business development efforts, right? It's not going to deliver donuts to a loan or to a real estate office anymore. It's let me engage in their content.
Well, and it gives you the opportunity to get to know that person too, right? Because we do something at PHM where we challenge our loan officers to pick a group of agents. Every team is different. They 5, 10, whatever they pick. And this is your prospecting group. Mm-hmm. You're going to spend 6 weeks prospecting this agent, getting to know them. Yeah. Because you want to do business with them. Yeah. Where do we ask them to start? Social media. That's where we ask them to start. I'm like, go online, find them on LinkedIn, find them on Facebook, find them on Instagram, follow them, engage with them, right? They're going to see that engagement so that when you're ready for the next step, they are already familiar with you, right? But that social media engagement is so important, and we teach it to our loan officers as well. And like, it's not just you posting content. It's you going in there and saying, oh, my real estate partners are posting content as well. I'm going to go in and I'm going to support that.
Yeah, it's incredible. I was doing a social media training for a different mortgage company the other day, and one of our clients, and we went through, and I was showing them, and I'm sure you've done this too. It's like, let's just find agents in your area, right?
Yep.
So literally just open up Instagram. I'm like, Coronado Homes, right? Yep. And the hashtag, and there were like hundreds of realtors that used that hashtag here locally. And maybe not, because Coronado is a really small town. But anyway, whatever town you're in, go on Instagram, hit that search button, put your town, and just put your town's name on there.
Yeah.
And then you'll see one of the top hashtags are going to be real estate or homes or realty, right? And your town name, and then that kind of tag at the end, right? And so just go there, and you'll see all the agents that post.
Yes.
And so what I did with them live was we followed 5 of them, and I commented something meaningful comment on all 5 of those new ones. And then within an hour's time, all like 3 out of 5 of them followed me back, responded to my comment, or sent me a DM. And it's like, and I'm not even a loan officer.
Right, that's all you can hope for right there.
That
sounds really great, actually.
I mean, that's like, it's that easy.
And how long did it take you to do that?
5 minutes.
And that's it right there, right? Because I don't know, I'm sure you hear this too. It's like, oh, but it takes time.
No, and it takes no time at all.
It does not actually take time. Everybody has an extra 5 or 10 minutes in their day. Yeah. You can do this, right?
You just have to be strategic with your time, right?
Yes.
I think that's one of the things that hurts people is they get so entrenched with social media. It's distracting, right? And that's the whole point of it. It's distracting to trap you.
Yes.
And literally, the algorithms are designed to trap you in there and to never leave, right? By feeding you more and more content. But so just like kind of put your blinders on and think like, okay, this is my business today. I'm going to use social media as my business.
Yes.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to find the people I want to talk to. I'm going to comment on their stuff, and I'm going to get out. I'm going to go on with the rest of my day.
Easier said than done for a lot of people.
Oh, and for me too, right?
I know. I know.
I got to post a couple memes. I got to respond to some messages. It's very easy to get sucked in.
It is. You have an excuse, though. I think it's right?
Like, a little bit, probably not. But no, but I mean, I think it is. It's important to treat this like a true part of your sales process.
100%. Yes. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Man, well, I feel like we've covered a lot.
Yeah, it was exciting.
We're probably like, no one's going to listen to the very end. I hope that they will, though, because quite honestly, I think this is where we got really, really good here at the end, right? Yeah. But any parting thoughts for loan officers or marketers or brand ambassadors at any of these companies to help their loan officers grow their business?
I think the only thing I would say is you do have time, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think this is everybody. Everybody thinks they don't have the time, and you do have the time. Yeah. It's just how you prioritize that time. And in this world, the world we live in right now, you have to prioritize this into your time in order for it to work. Yeah. So I think you just got to figure that out, and I think that's the biggest thing that holds people back.
That's right. All right. Until next time.
All right.
High five.
Thanks.
There we go.